not tractor season.
No. The tractor's out of gas. Evidently is. We need take that to the store. But I gotta say though, Trevor,
you just take a tractor to Walmart, the store.
Tractor. You pulled Nick pulled his John Deere up to Kroger. He's like, "Hey, get some gas."
What do you want from me? I'm a spoiled, rich suburban kid. I don't know how.
Nicholas.
Brady, we have a lot to talk about today.
I don't want to hijack the show notes here, Nicholas.
Please do.
Can we start one place?
Where do you want to start? Where do you want, Brady?
The drought is over.
Dunzo.
What, the over in Army-Navy?
No. The Noblesville Millers.
Hey!
Greyhounds on Friday night. Shout out to Millers.
Woo! With your boy Nicky Mill in attendance.
Nick, you were in attendance. You were live.
Mm-hmm.
How was the environment in the
It
Millers
was-
Friday night?
The place was buzzing, dude. It was awesome.
Did it smell like 2007 in there?
It did. I got a little sniff of it when I was like, 2007. And you know why it smelled like 2007? Dusty Mills. Class of 07 was with me. Could not be a coincidence, I think.
Awesome night at the Mill.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone missed it, Millers beat Carmel on the last second 3.
And
First time in 16 tries for our hometown.
including me who went 0-4 against them.
Including me who went 0-4.
Were we all going for it? I was on the court last time we beat them.
Hey, there you go.
Shout out Jay Group. Yeah, we're actually sitting here tonight with former royalty. Now no longer. It is now there.
Yeah.
This team is royalty in Noblesville.
Oh, I don't 100%.
We got a squad, bro.
They do. They're actually fun to play.
They're
Fun to
currently
watch.
ranked 5th in Netherreeps, which, by the way, Kyle, give us your fucking Wi-Fi password.
We're big fans.
But Netherreep has them ranked 5th in the state right now. They're the only team in the county with the top 5.
You know what good teams do too? They after big wins, they keep it going. On Saturday night, got the win over Anderson. I saw,
And the under definitely hit.
yeah, I saw 6-5 after the first quarter. Brian McCauley come his pants in that one. Shout out B-Mac, you're listening.
He would hate this podcast.
Let's shout out to Miller again.
He would be so sad as well, too. If we get any anonymous fan mail, I'm assuming it's
Sorry, Brady. Yeah, good whip the Millers. That was awesome. Cooper Bean hit the game-winning shot.
Caleb Bean.
No homework for Bean till what? February?
I'll say January. You know, you gotta get the books at some point.
Hey, we're student athletes record, Brady.
Yeah, student comes first, Brady.
For sure.
Shout out Cardell Jones.
Yeah, shout out Cardell Jones. Nicholas, serious question.
Serious answer.
I don't want to get lost in the moment here. Is this the biggest night for Noblesville basketball since the section?
Well, granted, yeah, there's not been many big moments to
That's what I'm
choose from,
saying.
so. Well, for instance, my senior year, we won the first section game in 7 years for that.
Big year, that's in there.
Yeah, I would say it's something. I mean, that's a drought. Rob? I'm trying to think.
We won the holiday tournament our senior year.
Again, as a player on
Shut
that
up,
team,
Brewer.
I'm not even going to put that on there.
I know, I'm not either. I just threw it out there.
How about when we beat Hal my junior year? Another big one. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any others. I answered your question.
For the Mill to be that packed and to beat Carmel that way, bro. Again, the drought is over. There's no more drought. Now it's just us versus them again, finally.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact for you guys.
Ooh.
Noblesville still wins the all-time series.
Hell yeah, we do. That's really all that matters.
Exactly.
The
drought is over. Oh,
By 11 games. We're up 11 games in the series.
And they just had their golden age on us too. We're still up 11 games. We're
facts.
we're 36 in Noblesville.
Facts.
Can we highlight the fact that, like, just in the Mill, Indiana basketball, last second shot, rival teams, like, it doesn't get more beautiful than that for basketball. And like, I don't think we ever really understand just how damn lucky we are with basketball to live in the state of Indiana. Like,
In 49
just-
states, it's just basketball.
and that's such a real statement when you
Indiana.
see something like that, like a high school basketball game. You're like, yeah, you're right. This is different.
I mean, especially in Noblesville.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball, Noblesville's a basketball town.
Sure, certainly isn't a football town, so that probably be quite
Oh,
honest.
shit, it might be a baseball town.
It's Indiana is a basketball state.
Soccer.
Noblesville's
Indiana is a
basketball
female
town.
sport town, or Noblesville is a female sports town.
It's like Kentucky, we're
They're dominating.
Oh, God, here we go again.
everything's cool.
They're dominating, dude. Girls soccer having Mrs. Indiana and winning state.
Man, we're trying to talk about bean dip.
I know.
Thank you, feminist Quinn. I appreciate that. Shout out to our female listeners out there. I don't know how many we have.
Shout out to Coop too, because his brother,
Thanks, Jake.
his brother was a Heights boy.
He was great baloney.
Shout out Caleb.
And
I'm pretty sure he
I'm
listens.
glad he hit the shot too, because I mean, I'm sure he got buoyed a lot from that last game. So I'm glad that Cooper was able to get a big make shot, kid.
We're gonna tag him
Well,
on
we should
this.
also say we all saw Coach Osborne over at Carmel.
Yeah.
Walk off the court, right?
Yeah, I just watched the video. There, you can see their head coach basically just, and he like played it off too, like he accidentally dodged a situation.
He was definitely going to walk off the court without shaking hands.
Shout out.
Our student section rushed the court and blocked. Dude, he was wandering around.
He was like Jim Valvano, but like the opposite.
He had nowhere to go, bro. He was just like, well,
You know, shout out Rich Conley for shaking hands. That's what a real man does.
Well,
Yeah,
that's a Miller at heart.
yeah, we know he's still a Miller at heart. Shout out.
Come on the pod, Rich.
We would love that.
Or Kitron Lee, as some call him.
Did you guys see the video of the little kid that like is gonna run into the dog pile, but then he turns around and he starts kind of like John at a Carmel basketball player,
Oh,
and then a female cop kind of ushers the Carmel basketball player away from the little kid's just sitting there yelling and waving like a water bottle at this dude's face.
She can get rowdy in the middle.
I don't know who that kid is, but I want him.
Get him on the pod.
Get him in
He must have been like 7 or 8 years old, like little kid talking shit.
Was he shirtless?
Jake, that's a child.
No, so that's what you used to do. For those who don't know, Nick is forever known as the shirtless kid at basketball games in Noblesville.
Wow.
All sports history.
I'm a legend. That was the first of a first of a kind.
In Westfield, which Brady and I are going to the Westfield game this Friday.
Oh yeah,
Noblesville, Westfield.
we're definitely going to be in Westfield, baby.
Nick,
Home game away from home. If you're listening to this and from
Okay.
Noblesville,
Fuck
we're
yeah.
trying to black it out at Westfield.
Take over the rock.
That's what I'm saying. We guys making a home game.
they're still pretty good, aren't they?
Don't matter.
I know, but I'm saying like for the matchup.
We're back. Nick, say it.
I had one more thing I want to say. Let's get back. I've completely forgotten about it. I'm sure it's a good point.
Well, that the mill has black
Oh.
bleachers now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was there live on the scene. I was actually working. I was there.
Yeah,
I was covering.
on the ground.
I was covering the game. I did not. I should have left the court. I did not. I don't know what's moved, but yeah, not a fan of the new renovations there. It's just what I love about the mill. It just felt big. It felt cool. It felt historic. It just feels. I don't know. It feels corny.
It was
Candy ass.
Yeah, well, it was unique, and now it's just like every other stadium. In
Yeah.
terms of the appeal when you look at it from abroad.
It feels like Fishers or HSC when you walk into the gym.
Yeah. It felt, Jake said it felt like Brownsburg, and I thought it was a perfect comparison.
Which is fine. It's not to say it's.
If it brings a winning culture, I'm in.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. If we needed, what was the problem that we needed to get the wood bleachers out, put the black plastic in, and now Noblesville basketball is officially back.
Wow, the curse of
Then
the
I'm in.
bleachers, all the wooden bleachers.
No, we just went to the dark side. I love it.
went to the dark
side.
Oh,
That was a hell of a stint.
I knew one more thing I want to say about this game. Butch Robbins still leading the roller coaster
Yeah.
at halftime. Still
They
going.
got his photo on the Indy car too.
Really?
They
Shout
got a
out
picture.
B-Rob.
Shout out B-Rob.
Yeah, B-Rob on the pod.
Oh.
If we win the state title this year, when we win the state title this year, we should come back and like some stogies.
I'm in for that.
Have B-Rob.
Some stogies with B-Rod.
Great. There's also other sports this past weekend, though. We had some professional football on Sunday. Hashtag NFL mid, as Brady likes to say. Brady's are
All the roughing the passers we had to see
Oh my
yesterday.
God.
I mean,
Shit. We'll start-
what's going on in the NFL, Nick?
We'll start Chargers, Dolphins. I think that's the most I have to say about that. Actually, may have been the worst roughing the passer call. Of all the ones they called this year, that one was horrific. I don't know like at least in, like the other hits, you can maybe see where they're coming from. I don't get where they got them. Like I don't know what he did wrong.
No, he did nothing wrong. Again, I saw his bad sports refs on Twitter talking about it's not necessarily that quarterbacks are getting protected. It's these are just bad. These refs are just being bad at their job.
Yeah.
They posted a clip of Kenny Pickett getting swung down like on his head.
Had
no
to
call.
leave the game.
Yes, had to leave the game. Like no call, and then we go to Sunday Night Football, and Justin Herbert gets sacked.
And did
For
you
a
see
perfect form tackle.
Did you see the Dolphins player like let up at the end because
He was eating last night.
Holland
Phillips.
or Phillips? Like, yeah, he's really good.
Garrett
And
Wilson.
he retired from football at one point.
Garrett Wilson had a real bad late hit that didn't get called in the Jets-Bills game.
Yeah,
He was the number
crushed.
one defensive end in the country out of high school.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Hell yeah, it makes me happier for him. But also on the field, there's other stuff.
I mean, fellas, you guys want to defend your Dolphins?
Yeah, where's
Two-
Dusty Bills when you need him?
Yeah.
Where's Jake?
Gosh, dude, he was horrific. He was 3 of 17 throughout the game last night.
Jake was sending texts early or as late as last week talking about Tua greater than Burrow during the 49ers game in the podcast.
And
I'm going to expect you.
Yeah, you should.
what also what stings worse for Tua on the other side, Herbert was just balling out on him.
Herbert looked good last night.
So-
Nick was happy.
I mean, I was like, this is what I've been talking about, people. This is what I've seen the same thing. He was amazing. They probably have all the receivers back, and part of that we know what made it even worse for Tua. The Chargers are missing like everyone on defense,
Exactly.
and then Tua still played that badly. And this is 2 straight games now. He has just not looked good.
Because some just, we could call just good scouting by Sean McVay and his team. Or not McVay.
Brandon Staley.
Staley. Wrong LA school. Team. Jeez, I'm on
You're
a
doing
breaker right now.
Well, for those who don't know, Jake is on how many milligrams of caffeine a night?
We're pushing over 600. It's been a long day.
It's okay. Other than that, you live a
That's
healthy
unlimited.
lifestyle,
Just
so
$30
sure,
a
sure,
month.
sure,
Come
it'll
on.
be fine. Quinn, can you turn off the TV over there? We're trying to record a podcast.
Trying to get you guys to look up every once in a while, so I'm gonna throw it back on.
Don't look up, starting DiCaprio. I see it. Heard it's good, but yeah. I mean, the Dolphins now go at Buffalo next Saturday. I don't know. Like, if they look bad again, they're just they're not even frauds. They're just not very good. They're just mid.
Are the Dolphins, like you said, are the Dolphins mid?
I mean, again, not only have they lost these past 2 games, they've not like Tua's looked bad. So I don't know, like, they're just having a bad game and they're just looking like that. So I'm not sure what to make. They need to show something in Buffalo next week out there.
That it seems like they might get steamed.
We have a snow game. It looks like it's going to be Saturday night, Miami at Buffalo. Sounds good. That's
It's not good for Miami.
They got 7 inches predicted right now.
Oh no!
Is 7 inches a lot?
Did you see the reports
I sure hope so.
For-
7 inches is a lot.
7 inches.
In trouble.
that they had problems with the weather last night? They had heaters on their beds.
Yeah, I
the
saw-
Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. Which is
55.
It was so funny. They only needed heaters.
Bro, they're going to get smashed on Saturday.
Does anyone have a line?
4 o'clock game Saturday?
I think it's a light.
It's a late one.
It's a
See
late
the,
one.
see the Colts play at 1 o'clock Saturday?
Yes, sir. Good work. Oh God.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Last time
I don't want to watch. There's too much good college basketball in that one. They're early in the day for me to watch that horse shit.
I know. I'm kind of glad it's at 1. I don't have to do anything. I can watch college basketball and not worry about it.
Was there no pun intended right there on horseshit? I like that.
No pun wasn't it.
Well, overall, hey, Chargers at Titans at Chargers next week. Big game for that one, and like I said, Dolphins go at Buffalo. So good news for Dolphins. They're probably gonna make the playoffs regardless. But yeah, they gotta show something next week.
Their defense kept them in it last night.
Dude, they hung them out to dry.
Bro,
Their Dolphins did.
their offense did nothing. They had that
Nothing.
huge play with
Oh.
Tyreek Hill's fumble.
I'm glad you mentioned that because Sharpie points out that play only happens to the Chargers. That was so funny. The ball squirts out to literally the worst possible person on the field, to Tyreek Hill, and just takes it to the house.
You knew it was 6 as
Oh,
soon as he picked
as
it up.
Dustin on Wednesday, I always said that's a touchdown. Like it was so easy too. So, but hey, shout out the Chargers. Still got to go. Oh, one more thing in this game.
Yeah.
Can Staley just kick a downfield every now and then? Like what?
They
What?
mentioned it on the broadcast. They were like, does it not seem like he gets so many of these?
Like he's always in these like 4th and 2 situations.
I mean, there's an obvious, what was that 3rd and goal last night? That was like from the 15.
And the guy down to the 1.
It was just like, God damn. I get it down to the 3 and we'll just kick it.
Right. The first try they should have kicked it. I like the human element. Like I have to feel to score points the opening drive, right?
I'm with you.
15 plays, 0
with you,
points.
Nick.
So, but it's okay. Lincoln Ryan's going to be the coach next year anyway, so looking forward to that. Great. There's also other football on Sunday. I'm trying to think.
Was there?
I believe so. There was. I'm trying to think where.
Where should we? I hear a bark. Woof, woof.
What, the Disney dog is.
I hear the Disney dog.
Hey, we are now 9-5-1 on the year. How about all people who led to victory? It was Anthony Brown from Oregon
I
coming.
had no idea he was on the Ravens.
I let out.
Did you?
No, I literally let out an audible laugh when I saw Anthony Brown of all people. He was like, what, average at Oregon? I think it's fair to say.
And he went to BC. Or no, wait, he was at BC.
He
first.
did Oregon,
He was
yeah.
at BC first for sure.
So, hey, Disney Dog 9-5-1. We're on fire. You know, coming off the tie from last week, so that's a little bad juju coming to this. You know what's funny about here's a little fun stat for you. 2 times this year, a quarterback just came in and relieved, like the backup, and thrown 3 interceptions. The first time was Trubisky filling in or Pickett filling in for Trubisky. The second time was Trubisky filling in for Pickett.
I was
Names
gonna.
are good.
Trubisky's bad.
Out Pittsburgh.
Nick, my guess was literally going to be Kenny Pickett and Tyler Huntley.
He played solid yesterday.
No, I know. It was just going to be my guess.
I should let you guess. Yeah, I thought that was a hilarious stat. Quinn, where are we at in the top 10 defense for the Steelers? Are we still there, or?
They're pretty damn injured. If nobody
Oh,
knows. I mean, they're not a shell of the team they started with this year.
They're 5-8.
They're bad. I'm gonna admit it. I was wrong.
Oh,
But damn it, if it weren't for all those injuries.
I mean, this was definitely a game Pittsburgh
Yeah,
needed
this
if
was-
they wanted
I-
to try and make a
If
push.
Pickett
Right?
didn't get hurt,
This is
they'd be going to the Super Bowl.
What do you say?
what did Dave say.
If Pickett didn't get hurt, they'd be going to the Super Bowl.
If Roethlisberger would have come back for another year, they'd be going to bowl.
Pickett's torched the Colts.
Is he picking up the
Too
phone at all this year?
Yeah.
Roethlisberger?
They should have Big Ben out there.
If
swinging.
Mitch gets bad,
Oh.
if Mitch gets bad enough, there's got to be an itch in him.
Can we see some Mason Rudolph out there?
Yeah, why aren't they letting him get a look?
Especially this time of year, Christmas season, let Rudolph cook.
This is when he's
He's
best.
got to have a red nose under his
He's got to.
This is when he's best, right?
Yeah, and that's when it's this time of the year. Like, let's say like he needs someone to guide his sleigh tonight. That should be Mason Rudolph. Oh, I think he's still on the team at least, I guess.
I was going to say, he was still in the league.
Speaking of AFC North, Quinn, your Cincinnati Bengals are rolling right now.
Who that? Who that? Who that think I beat them Bengals? Who that? Who that? Who that think I beat them Bengals?
Nobody! Let's go! Kryptonite over Joey Burrow, Superman.
His first win over the Cleveland Browns.
Nicholas. Zach Taylor, it looks like he will stay out of prison.
He will for one more year.
And me
We
apparently.
remember we said this is the prison bowl, so,
Oh, yeah.
so
Well,
Watson's going to prison now.
We should let people know we almost sent Quinn to prison during this game yesterday as we thought he was about to jinx the Bengals out of victory.
Yeah, that was
He
bad.
wanted to make a joke on Twitter, and immediately the Bengals gave up a
Immediately.
touchdown,
Within I think it was the next play.
and then Burrow threw a pick.
Yeah, it looked very scary.
Inside the 30.
Hey, credit to, we never tweeted out though.
Credit to
So
Quinn for holding back.
He held back.
I waited till the
Win.
game was over and then I tweeted it.
So I know some people could hold back. Shout out to Sean, but good win for your Bengals. Their defense is so good. I don't like everyone talks about the offense and everything. The defense is just so reliable.
DJ Reader was out for the first 4 games this year, and DJ Reader is such a difference maker on the defensive line. It's unreal.
stout.
I said in our pod group chat, like it feels like the Colts defense never gets that timely stop. The Bengals defense always does. Whenever they need a stop, they get it.
JM had 10 catches, 119 yards in the tub yesterday.
Oh, that's what I want to bring up. One thing I noticed, is he him and Delpit get into it all game?
Were they jawing?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do they play together at all or anything? Are they same class?
Yeah, that was.
So they have to, like somewhat know each other.
Delbert's one.
Okay, I literally wrote that down because I wanted to ask you about it. It's like, they have to have some sort of.
And they were Rutland and Addington.
Okay, yeah.
That's the Valencia Cough winner and the Jim Thorpe Award winner.
That's so
Darn at it.
That's so awesome.
And I'm not a,
DBU.
DBU, shout out to DBU. We'll be back.
So yeah, good win for the Bengals.
Like that. Sorry,
Oh,
that is more of a roughing the passer.
100%.
I wrote that down in my
That
notes.
is edge coming off of a For
So-
a spirited in WWE match.
We're watching sports right now. They showed Mike White getting his ribs exploded yesterday. While I was watching it, I literally thought to myself, I've been in the hospital for no less than 10 days. If a guy took that hit,
His ribs exploded.
did you see that hit? I did. Dude, like, think about if one of us took that hit, we would not move for months. I audibly gasped when I saw that.
The officials were not. The officials were not helping our boy Mike White.
Oh my God! We'll just transition this. Good win,
yeah,
Bengals.
yeah.
Jets. The Bills did not cover, unfortunately for yours truly. Our boy Joe Flacco did not look good coming in. Yes.
Bro.
His teammates are failing him actually. Joe.
So they literally had to keep Mike White in the game. He couldn't throw because Joe Flacco.
Probably couldn't breathe either.
Yeah, this man could not breathe. He could not throw. He was still out there trying to will the Jets to victory, Nick.
You want to talk about Buffalo?
Yeah, so another kind of just like they kind of sleptwalk through. This game went full Big Ten West, by the way. First 10 possessions were punts. It was a punt fest in this one. It was snowing. I still believe in Buffalo, but it's not. Remember, like early year, it was like the Bills versus everyone else.
That was the Raiders.
No, it was the Eagles.
No, it was the Eagles. I said would go undefeated. Because they had a cake schedule. They had the easiest schedule in the
Was
NFL.
going to go.
Someone check the tape. Jake, get on that.
Wait, hey, wait.
I said the Raiders were
Wait,
going
hey,
to Super
hey,
Bowl,
my
so
backpack.
what the fuck do I know? I don't. This is your podcast for a reason. I just do the production, okay? I don't know shit about sports. I thought I did, and then we started doing this.
Give me my backpack. I got preseason predictions
Are
on my
you-
computer.
Are you okay, Quinn?
No, I'm having a connection. I lose all my damn money every weekend because I listen to you guys, and then I fucking Jesus.
I fucking love you, Rob.
Hey, by the way, Rob.
Big Ten Rob.
By the way, Rob, shout out for he did stand up for the past couple weeks. He's killing it. So shout out Rob
Thank
for
you.
doing that.
Also, do you see my
What's
boiler?
your Netflix special?
What's your stage name?
I've got Quinn Schlegel,
Big
or
Ten
actually
Rob.
it's Robert M. Schlegel the fifth.
You should just go out there and just talk Big Ten basketball.
That would be comical.
There's just not a joke in there.
Did you see Fran McCaffrey?
Get off the stage!
Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but I crack up.
Hold on, I got preseason predictions right here.
But yeah, the Bills. How awesome was that Dawson Knox touchdown? Where he did the literal
Yes.
flip into the end zone.
Yes.
That was sick.
I mean, does KC have a 1 seed?
The Bills have it.
Oh, because they beat
They're
KC.
both 10-3. So yeah, Buffalo still has the 1 seed. They get Miami next week. They do get the Bengals. They have a tricky schedule down the stretch. You have to go play New England one more time. So it's something.
So Buffalo, we're talking about them in terms of a Super Bowl contender, right?
I mean, I assume in their eyes it's Super Bowl bust. We should mention Von Miller out for the year.
Out for the year.
Gregory
Shout out.
Rousseau came in involved. I still believe in them, but like I still bet on the Chiefs over them.
Do you like Cincinnati more than it? Why don't you just embrace your heart and hop on Bengals podcast?
On that Who Dey train, baby.
If they were not in Cincinnati, I think I'd believe in them more. I think I'm so jaded from watching that fucking baseball team my
We
whole
got
life.
Joe. We got
You're
Joe.
right.
Bengals Brady is here, full effect. I think we're gonna go back to the AFC title.
Not like you're saying you're fully. This is Bengals Brady at his finest.
But
But
watching two of your sons out there just like catch with each other every Sunday is some of the
Hey,
best,
exhilarating.
some
Seahawks,
of the best
Bengals, baby.
feelings
I
you
give
can
shit.
get watching
Let's go.
your kids grow up and just excel at their dreams together.
I'm happy for you, Pops.
It's awesome.
We have 2 Papa Bears on this couch right now with me.
Whoa.
Not to mention, this might be the most likable the Bengals have ever been in their entire NFL franchise history.
I did kind of like the perfect teams.
Really? The thug,
No.
like the hardcore.
What about the Rudy Johnson Bengals?
Well, with Carson and Chad and TJ Hushman's out, it was gonna be something, and then Carson got his knee blown out in that Steelers playoff game. So yeah,
And then he hated
Heisman
the
Palmer, he was
Bengals
he was a stud for the Bengals for
He
3
was
years.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, I think he won Rookie of the Year for NFL, but I'm not positive on that.
We'll quote you on that.
Oh, I'm quoting Quinn.
That could be Nick's made up fact.
What? Bengals like the 3 seed that year?
Yes, and then Pittsburgh beat us because of Carson's leg, and then the
I know
fucking
what
Vanderjack kick. My dad had a conniption, bro. I watched him too. He's like, when the Bengals lost, he was like, Indianapolis is gonna beat your shit next week. Ben Roethlisberger, like I'm little, I remember this happening. And then when Vanderjack misses the kick, he just takes the remote and he's just like, fuck me, and just throws it into the wall. He's like, God damn, just starts yelling, dude. That was the worst 2 weeks ever.
Shout out to Big Rob Schlegel.
And they won the Super Bowl. Fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck you, coward.
Santonio Holmes. Dude, Bengals or Colts would have beat the shit out of the Cardinals that year.
Oh, you're thinking they played the Seahawks.
Oh, Seahawks. Sorry. My bad.
Same thing though. You know where the Steelers won that Super Bowl, Brady? They won it in Detroit.
I do.
And speaking of which, the Detroit Lions win as favorites this weekend over the Minnesota Vikings. How about them Lions, Brady? We said if they won this game, we believe in them for the playoffs, and they're fully in it now.
Nicholas, we talked about it last week. Are we comfortable with saying Jared Goff greater than Kirk Cousins? You comfortable going there, Nick?
Kirk Cousins did play well yesterday. I still give the
He
slight
did.
edge
He
to
did.
Kirk.
Bunch
But,
of yards.
I was pretty much done with Jared Goff about this time last year, but he's a legit NFL quarterback.
He is officially my starting quarterback in fantasy.
Okay, he's Jake's guy.
They seem like they're in search mode.
And what's good for them,
They
they
play the Jets next week.
got the Jets next week. The Giants are reeling right now. The Seahawks are reeling right now. They have a real chance to get into the playoffs all of a sudden, Brady.
Nicholas.
Brady.
Jared Goff threw for 330 yards and 3 tubs yesterday. TJ Sharp, who's always open, 6 catches, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. Jets also 11 catches, 222 yards. LSU receivers out there balling in Detroit yesterday.
Best receiver in football.
TJ Sharp.
Yeah, TJ always open. DJ Sharp.
He is always open.
And the Vikings side of this, their defense kind of sucks actually.
I
I heard a partner would take 5 straight games to get up 400 or more yards on that defense.
we've kind of talked about it all year.
You've been on it, I think, more than anyone, Brady.
And I even put them in #1 contender at one point.
Yeah, and then I think we both, after that Cowboys game, said these guys just aren't it.
Can they win a playoff?
Considering they'll be hosting it, I think they can, but that's about it. I think the divisional round's kind of their ceiling.
You are 10-2. This is a disappointing loss if I'm the Vikings.
It is.
It has to be.
Because also, too, it was a chance to clinch. So, it kind of been like a statement, hey, we can win these kind of games, and they really just got destroyed from the start. And I also want to shout out Dan Campbell, just loves running fake punts.
God, that
Man
was
Campbell is the
electric.
man.
Shout out Man Campbell, dude.
Hey, all the shit we gave him for losing all season, they
Yeah, we
have
did.
turned it around, Nick. They're up off the deck.
We were hyped in the beginning of the year on him too because of Hard
Yeah.
Knocks. We were ready for it.
We
This
were.
is just what we were waiting
Talk
for.
about the difference in Hard Knocks.
We weren't wrong. We were just late.
We were not wrong. We were just late. Shout out Jameson Williams. Caught a
Yes,
touchdown.
yes.
First career catch. It was a touchdown.
I was there when he tore his ACL.
So-
I didn't realize it was him.
Wow, do you tell people that at the bar?
Yeah, I was telling people that.
I was there when he tore his ACL.
No, I was saying, like,
It
I
was sick.
didn't realize that was him, and knowing that was his first game back. And all
I
that stuff.
was there when he tore his ACL.
I was too, by the way.
Papa thought he was done.
That was the day after the Colts Jaguars game. I was still very depressed once that game. Fun memories. But
I could have gone without that.
I was wearing my Joey Votto jersey at the game. It was fun. But yeah, shout out the Lions, 6-7. They got the Jets next week.
They're one game out. If Washington or the Giants lose next week, and they win,
Oh,
they're right
Oh,
there.
what did you say? If they won and lose next week,
They play each other.
they
right?
play each other. on
What if they
Sunday.
tie?
7-5-2.
Wouldn't that be again, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And, speaking of those teams being
I have
7-5-1, so they're both tied for last in the division, which is so funny because the Titans are first place in our division at 7-6. So they really have a better record than the first place Titans.
Nicholas, the Titans got outscored 29-8 after the first quarter yesterday. This is a team that moved to 7-3. We gave them their flowers. We
Yes,
said
we
how
did.
tough they were. We said this is what we wish the Colts were. Since then,
And now they are the Colts.
Yeah, since then, no, they may be worse.
Yeah.
They fired their GM. They're 0-3. They just lost to Jacksonville at home. What in the hell
And remember,
is happening with the Titans?
and they got their asses kicked by Philly last
Correct.
week. Cincinnati controlled that whole second half against them. I guess the good news is, like I said, a lot would have to go wrong for them to lose to AFC South because they do get the Texans one more time, which really helps.
Does this feel like it's trending towards lost season for Tennessee?
I think, especially when you go up to a 7-3 start, and then Henry is just not taking off like a.
It's not tractor season.
No. The tractor's out of gas. Evidently is. We need take that to the store. But I gotta say though, Trevor, as a
You just take a tractor to Walmart,
I don't know,
the
man.
store.
Tractor.
You pulled Nick pulled his John Deere up to Kroger. He's like, "Hey, get some gas."
What do you want from me? I'm a spoiled, rich suburban kid. I don't know how But, I am scared about Trevor Lawrence might actually be pretty legit.
Oh, the Colts easily have the worst current quarterback situation in the AFC South. If you say the Houston Texans, you need to realize they're going to have the number 1 pick in the draft. They're going to draft Bryce Young.
Or
Why? They have Driscoll.
Oh my God! Oh, you know that old saying, like, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you really don't have 1? That cannot be more true than about the Houston Texans. They have fucking Jeff Driscoll and Davis Mills.
It has to be miserable.
This is perfect for me.
Miserable to be a Texans fan right now. Correct, Nick? Correct me if I'm wrong. Watching that product on Sundays, bro.
I think it had to be worse last year, right? Aren't you kind of numb to it? Because, like, we finally got out of the Deshaun Watson situation. I think last year that was bad as it got. I think now it's still awful, but it's not as awful, I think.
Well, you feel like it should be over, and it's still going.
I think
Like with the Watson shit.
the good news is that Watson trade, now you have all these picks coming up now all of a sudden, Brady.
The Colts are by far the worst spot in the AFC South.
Dude, we're just a quarterback away. Maybe we'll get another one here until next year.
But Nick, as you mentioned on Trevor Lawrence, 368 yards, 3 touchdowns yesterday.
He's the first ever Jaguars quarterback to throw for 2 touchdowns and run for 1 in 1 game.
First ever?
Oh,
Garrard never did that?
The Jaguars have so many depressing stats about them. And yet the Colts always lose in Jacksonville. So what's I say about this?
Oh, here's the current playoff picture up on the screen right now, boys. Chargers at Chiefs, Dolphins at Ravens.
You know I'm definitely taking Chargers money line in that game.
Oh, whoa.
They're saying if New England wins tonight. Gosh, Bengals at Titans.
Oh my God, the Chiefs beat the living fuck out of New England.
Yeah,
I actually hate that spot for the Bengals.
I would not like that.
I love it. But going back,
But they're gonna get home field.
Yeah.
We're beating Baltimore week 18.
but also to go
Yeah,
back,
I love
I love it.
to go back to the referees and how much laundry was over on the football field last weekend, the Bengals at one point had 4 first downs in a row off of penalties and then scored. Like they for 3 plays in a row or 2 plays in a row, they didn't do anything, like got no yards, and then a penalty would give them a first down. They did it 4 times to advance down the field and then score without actually having to get a first down. It was ridiculous.
They said on red zone point 6 of 7 plays had a flag on it.
Yeah.
It was something crazy like that.
It was boring to watch.
Why does the NFL not want to? Well, I guess because they don't have to, because we all watch it, so it doesn't matter really to them. But this, is it not awful?
They don't care about the product. The money is there. The viewership is there. It's not going to change.
You know, it's
They don't give a fuck.
Speaking of refs, so I want to talk about the Buccaneers 49ers game. So,
The refs clearly had money on San Francisco.
so one of the first times in my life,
Changed the whole game.
one of the first times in my life I was going to cheer for Tom Brady. Dude, every time the Buccaneers had anything remotely good happen, there was a flag on them. It was insane. They had the first play of the game, they get that great sack, and they're like, nope, roughing the passer, 15 yards.
Led to a touchdown.
They have a big touchdown completion, nope, holding or something. They get picked before 8.5, nope, flag on defense. It's just
And then you have
holding.
the guy fell.
You have 3. Then you have 2. Was it 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 inside the 5,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 questionable. The fade, the first one, the corner where I thought Brady was going to rip the fuck off that ref at one point.
Oh, so great watching him bitch at the refs.
It was nice.
He never used to be like this.
No, he's a whiny. He's a
Yeah.
divorced dad,
Hold
dude.
on,
He's a
hold on.
miserable man.
Bill had him in line.
Bill had him in line.
He wasn't going to. Yeah, now he doesn't have his babysitter.
So did Giselle, evidently.
Boys, I just want to throw this out there. Are you guys worried? Are you guys worried about the possible last dance situation occurring with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? Possible.
I ain't scared. He's
Oh, I thought
washed.
about Brady coming to Indy for 1 year. That's where I thought you were going to go with that.
Morals.
I'd become a Bengals fan with Brady if that happens. I would be so sick to my
No,
stomach.
fuck that. I'm going
I
with
don't
Dink.
I don't think Belichick has any interest in bringing Brady back until he wins one.
I don't know, man. Mac Jones is pretty bad. He
Lord.
might take any quarterback over Mac Jones at this point.
You mean to tell me, smart man Bill Belichick would be like Mac?
You don't think Belichick has an ego? I think that guy's got one of the biggest egos in the NFL as
which
far
is
as
why
pride.
he would not bring Tom Brady back.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's
Oh,
not
I
gonna.
thought you
I
said
said
he
he's he will not bring him back until he wins one without him.
Don't mark it out.
This does feel
Don't mark it out.
this is like a rom-com where like they broke up and they thought like the grass was always greener. Like
Now they make their way back
they're
to each other.
they're
The
really
Patriots have the defense. They have the running game. It's kind of old Tom back in New England.
see.
I'm just gonna say I will. I'm just gonna almost say something
Brady.
very bad, but I'm not. If he goes back to New England, I'll be in personal help.
Can I be honest? I'd rather him go to New
What's
England.
gonna be next? Saving 15-year extension?
He's on his way there.
I'd rather him go to New England than San Fran. Those rumors, I would not want him in Shanahan's offense. I fucking Brock Purdy slinging it. They could put,
I don't give a it.
They could put Millsy at quarterback. Evidently, they would.
I do not want to see him back in New England.
Papa can't move like that.
I would pay good money watch you try to go loot a tackle in the pocket and try and do like Mahomes throw. What game we talk about? Oh yeah, that was just funny. Buccaneers got their asses kicked.
I'd sling it, Nick.
Jake also said he could square it up in the hole.
That was not the quote. The quote was that
You said you wouldn't flinch.
Okay, Jay.
I said if I was carrying the ball, he's coming. Like I wouldn't flinch and I wouldn't like bear out. Like I would go. It would hurt like hell, but I'm gonna get hit and I'm gonna get up, and I'm never doing that shit again.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
This was also like Quinn. This was also like 6 years ago.
I would be in the
This-
fetal position.
This is prime Jake athleticism,
Like,
which is not
again. Did you see the Mike White hit? Like that?
Yeah,
Something you would have to take.
no because Mike left his fucking gut open. I would be curled up. I'd be embracing. I'd be like Kelsey every time he goes across the middle now.
Your forearm would be
Jake,
shattered.
to quote Jake Mills, I'd be like Kelsey across the middle.
Well, have you seen him now since that fumble 2 weeks ago?
Oh, so like
He
hold on.
he catches it, runs about 10 yards. Anytime someone's close, he is just curled up because I think he said in quote that he lost the game.
Yeah, I think he did.
So that if there's a bet out there that Kelsey doesn't fumble the rest of the season, sign me up. I'm also Nick while we're having to keep things rolling. I'm definitely going to throw a small bet on the fact that the Commanders and Giants tie next week.
Oh, wow, like that on Sunday Night Football.
Just give me a
It's a
second
great
time.
time. After watching USA tie, I'm kind of in for ties now. They're fun. What?
Who have we not talked about yet?
Okay, we can run through some of these if you want. Let's see. Chiefs beat the Broncos. Mahomes had a weird. His throw was sick,
Yeah, that was so cool.
and I think Russell Wilson died. Did you see when he ran?
Yeah,
And there was like a knot in his forehead too afterwards.
yeah.
So I think so.
Real injury, like BS meter, definitely a real injury.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln. Honest Abe on that one. And again, Mahomes' throw was sick. He did throw 3 picks, so that was really weird by him.
Next one, they see me roll and they ate and patrolling and trying to catch me
Riding Purdy,
trying to catch me riding Purdy, trying to catch me riding Purdy.
He was awesome yesterday, dude.
San Francisco 35, Tampa Bay 7.
You know who really hated that was Trey Lance. He's like, fuck. Like, did I just lose this Brock Purdy after all?
If anyone should be worried, it's Garoppolo.
I mean, I think he's done regardless. They're in San Fran. I mean, I do want to mention the Panthers with the win, 30-24. They can win the NFC South, boys. Brady, we were right on Darnold all along. People doubted us. Darnold's the man.
So
No Darnold love.
So did the Panthers have the best quarterback room in the NFL?
I mean, yeah, Darnold and PJ Walker. God, man, Baker.
And Baker.
That was the reason LA now.
So did they?
I think they did. That's a 3-headed monster right there.
that's 3 starters everywhere else.
Sammy,
That's what I'm saying.
Sammy D.
It's 3 starters in Carolina.
But boys, they legit. They're a game out on Tampa, and they already beat Tampa once. So like, they can legit win the NFC South. It's hilarious.
Do they play in Tampa?
Yeah, be in Tampa week 17, second last week of the season. Might be Sunday Night Football because right now it's Rams Chargers. Some shit I'll get flexed out. I know, right? The Battle of LA.
It sounds like movie night Sunday night.
It does. Speaking of, the Rams got the win over the Raiders 17-16. That was the most Raiders loss I've ever seen in my life. That was
Bro, with their season on the line.
they had like no less than 26 chances to end that game, and they just continuously fucked it up somehow. Nice call point on them winning Super Bowl, by the way. Nothing.
Why were you a believer in Josh McDaniels?
No, it wasn't him. It was the Burrow Chase effect with Adams and Carr and getting to throw. And so I just believed that.
It all
I saw
comes
it
back to the
happen.
Bengals.
I saw it happen last year and thought,
surprised at that Big Ten.
Well, Josh McDaniels is a worse coach than Zach Taylor.
By
Are we
far,
sure?
I think.
Nathaniel Hackett's up there too.
I don't think that's even close to a debate. I'm not a huge Zach Taylor fan. I think he puts us in a lot of bad situations, but he wins
Very
a lot
much.
more. And I'll take a win over whatever the hell's going on in outside Oakland.
Oakland,
Vegas.
No, I guess someone has to be the Zach Taylor defender on the show, so I guess I'll be. I'm in on Zach Taylor. Why not?
Goodness gracious.
Thanks.
But Shao Baker, that was awesome by
Oh,
him.
it was so great to see.
And the Raiders, they're dead. Now, thinking, what hilarious loss by the Raiders. I'm trying to think what else we hit. The Dallas Cowboys. So, 10 a.m. on Sunday, I said, I'm going to put a future on the Dallas Cowboys and win the Super Bowl. 3 hours later, they nearly lose to Houston Texans at home.
They're a play away.
Yeah, they play away from losing again. That's 17-point favorites.
How do you have a botched 4th and 1 play?
2 words for them. Houston Texans. That's how you watch it.
Should have just kicked the goal.
They should have, dude. I guess you. I don't know. I guess you're
I just
taking for.
Well,
Bryce
I
Young.
thought of that too, and I was like, I guess if you go for it, you don't get it. They have to put 98 yards in a minute and a half. Like versus we kick it, and now they get it at the 20 or 25 or whatever.
I'm just now really nervous about my Cowboys future, but maybe they need a little wake up call. So go Cowboys. T.Y. Hilton's now a Cowboy, by the way. For
Yeah,
that.
about that.
I'm happy. Hopefully, you can go win a ring now. Get some sort of playoff
So
push.
what? Are you assuming the Cowboys going to get a Super Bowl title this year?
I'm in Cowboy Nick this year. I'm not coming with a cowboy hat next episode. I'm all in, Brady.
Lost the worst
Be like
football
It's
yesterday.
going to be like Stephen A.
They beat. I was all saying that too. As I was saying that.
When he's walked through the bar.
Yeah.
Can I just say also one thing about
Buffalo
Lovey?
man walk.
It's so funny about Lovey Smith, because also he's a real problem. NFL did not hire any minority coaches and stuff, but yet Lovey Smith just keeps getting jobs, which is just so funny. He has not won in 10 years anywhere, but so shout out Lovey.
I mean, is he going to be their coach next
They
year?
don't know. They fired Coley after 1 year. Who knows? They might fire him after.
You get Sean Payton in there?
They pilot Josh McCown. They keep trying to hire him.
Oh,
They keep
true.
trying to hire him every coaching cycle.
Why would you want him to be
I
head
don't
coach?
know. It's so random. I think he's coaching high school football, so that's a good track record. High school football.
What count is?
Mm-hmm.
Especially Trent Dilfer.
Shout out Jeff Saturday and
Shout out Todd Dodge.
shout out Todd Dodge. Great.
Dodge.
Oh,
Dodge.
last game I haven't hit. Eagles 48, Giants 22. The Eagles were so good, dude. I've accepted they are a wagon.
Yeah, I've accepted they are a wagon. They are
Giants plus 7.5.
Super Bowl this year. I mean, Jalen Hurts. He seems like he's on track for an MVP.
Yeah, it's his to lose now at this point. And
It feels that way.
again, I've said a million times, I've never been more wrong on a quarterback. He is so good, and he can be with his arm and his legs. So there's really not much to say. They're really effing good, and the Giants are not good.
Vic,
What?
I was very confident in the under in this game.
Oh, I hammered the over.
Oh,
It's like the only bet I won.
I took the under, and I even doubled down a half.
The Eagles themselves got the over.
What was I
You
thinking?
doubled down a half.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think you could have donated it to our Bowl Pickem instead of donating it to Vegas, Jake.
I mean,
You took the Cowboys on a future.
Fair.
You want to talk about you
Touche.
should have donated money.
Touche. I got nothing on
Hey,
that.
I think one of our worries about this Eagles team was maybe their lack of ability to beat you multiple ways. And it seems like that is no longer the case.
No, it's not.
They can beat you running it, passing. They can beat you with defense. I mean,
Their offensive line is so good.
is mauling. They seem like the NFC favorite.
I don't especially unless you really believe in Brock Purdy, I don't know how you can put anyone in their tier right now in the NFC.
Definitely not Minnesota.
Definitely not Minnesota. Hey, maybe our fighting Lions would. Hey, they only lost by 3 points week 1.
I mean,
So-
seriously though, they're in the NFC.
It's easily theirs to lose. I'm not. Again, the Giants are 7-4, and they just went in there and beat the living hell out of them.
And they're gonna have home field.
Yeah, and they're gonna have. Actually, Dallas is still. They play one more time. They're 2 games back. Look at me. Listen to me over here trying to talk.
Cowboys, Nick, all of a sudden,
Riding Cowboy.
2 plays away from losing to the Texans. Now we're getting home field,
Hey, win's a win, Brady.
eating W's.
Shout out Zeke.
The Eagles are top 10 offense and top 10 defense. according to Football Outsiders.
Oh, one thing in this game. A couple hilarious punts in this game yesterday. The Giants, did you guys see they dropped the
Yes.
ball, had to kick it off the ground.
Funniest shit I've ever
And
seen.
then the Eagles punter, his punt gets blocked. He picks it up and tries to run for first. Almost did.
He looked like a receiver.
And then he got hurt on the play. It just seems like he's fine. It was just a hilarious. It was like all in a matter of 5 minutes. the Commanders Giants game next Sunday, probably loser. I'm done with. That's all I gotta say about that.
You're done with it?
Done. They're not making the playoffs. That's a Nick Mills guarantee.
I mean, the playoff berth seems to be slipping through the Giants' fingers.
Yeah, because there's 2 spots for 4 teams of the Giants, Commanders, Lions, and Seattle. So I'm hoping for probably Lions. And I'd like to see Washington. It seems like they're more fun
Oh,
because Seattle's just not. I don't know what's wrong with them.
they broke my heart. Yeah. They're not going to make the playoffs.
And I got San Fran on Thursday night. I don't know. Would it be a Nick Mills play? Seahawks lose and Niners look good. Actually, I'm taking Seahawks Thursday. We're here first, Brady. The Waterbirds.
Where at?
And in the Pacific Northwest, Brady, of Seattle. The Emerald City, I think it's called.
They gotta have that one.
Guess I'll look up the top. And Brady will hit every NFL game. Now it's week 14, I think, of NFL.
Well, I think it all depends on too, like what do we find out from that?
Right.
And the fact that he is suspended, I like it about suspending indefinitely without pay.
His-
We don't know what's going on.
His lawyer came out and said he's 100% innocent, and this is all like, call it like a lie.
Well, I did see something that sorry, all brains looking up information right now. But I did see something today. Again, I don't know. I can't find my source, but I can check on Twitter again. I guess the victim in this situation has requested to drop all charges and to essentially move on, to have him released and drop all charges.
Okay.
Like I said, I could have misread that, but that's what I thought I saw.
I could have misread that.
I'm 99%.
He could just be spilling fake news on here.
No, I'm 99% confident on Friday this week. I liked it for sure. I'm 99% confident.
Yeah, so really bad situation all in all. Again, they're playing right now. It's just a bizarre situation. So, yeah, I don't want to speculate too much. So that's about all we know at this point. That's what we've told you. And hopefully Jake's news is factual.
Rankings got updated.
Yeah, just a bad situation all the way around. We obviously our thoughts
Oh, update, by the way, Chris Beard has been released.
Okay.
released.
He left at
He's
2:47
out
p.m.
on bail, probably.
Again, this is
Out of jail.
Yeah, he's out of jail. Sorry, not released.
again, these are very serious allegations, very serious situation. But the picture of him in the prison clothes was quite the visual, is all I'll say. If you haven't seen it yet, just
They're gonna have the student section at Texas Tech.
oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. They can't let him go out.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, not right now, not yet.
It is truly inconceivable, is basically what his lawyer said.
Yeah.
And that's all I got in this situation. Jake, any hot takes on this?
I mean, I just,
Yeah.
we just feel like we should,
Yeah.
should mention it on the podcast.
Yeah, at least
That's
mention-
a podcast who has been a big Chris Beard
Yeah.
podcast.
Mhm.
I don't think it would be right for us to just skim over it.
That's right. We acknowledged it. There was play on the court this weekend, Brady. I think the most telling result was Alabama went into Houston and got the dub over the Cougars, Brady. Roll Tide.
I mean, we all know I'm not a Nate Oates guy. I'm not an Alabama guy. And my two co-hosts are. But that being said, Nate Oates and company have another pretty good basketball team, Nicholas. They have a three-headed freshman monster.
They do, dude. They're the first team since 1965 Duke to beat 2 number 1 teams before Christmas. It's a very exact stat for you. Take that sharp from my fake stats. I got a real one for you.
Stat that.
Stat that. I'm not gonna say it.
Jay Bradley, Brandon Miller, and Noah Clowney. They're all freshmen, and they're all legitimately good. Mark Sears hit a huge shot, transfer from Ohio.
Yeah.
Nate Oates is once again, trots out a team that looks the part.
Yeah, real quick, I'm glad you mentioned Brandon Miller because he had a big impact on the game. He was 0 of 8 from the field, and he's still just an awesome guy in the game. Quinterly, I think, Quinterly
Javon.
very well. Javon's good. He didn't really have it, and he still was just facilitating really well. And Houston, especially because Houston's defense is supposed to be their strong suit, and they just scored at will on them. So, yeah, Alabama's legit, dude.
Yeah, Houston could not guard them.
No,
Last
not
10
at all.
minutes of the game, Alabama got whatever they want.
Marcus Sasser, 2 of 11 from the field. Noteworthy.
Yeah,
He was not very good.
I agree. Nicholas, Bama plays with great pace.
They do.
They play fast.
They do. They hate the mid-range. If you're here for some mid-range jumpers, no. Sorry, DeMar DeRozan, not in this offense. All they do is shoot threes and layups. It's incredible.
Nate Oates would hate DeMar DeRozan.
Him and Kawhi Leonard, he would have a stroke watching play basketball.
back to Houston for a second. Though that last 10 minutes, that game was something certain.
Yeah, they controlled the first part of the game, and then all of a sudden I don't know,
They came unraveled.
they did. They looked like they were not ready for the moment at all, especially for a very experienced team.
Like you said, Nick, Marcus Sasser, 2 of 11 from the floor. Doesn't it kind of feel like when you're the home team like that, number 1 team in the country?
What are you watching, Jake?
This is that Tory Lane video from quarantine.
Sorry for
He was smoking blunts and having people twerking.
I just looked down. Some guys like
Instagram live.
his tongue's out like.
Oh yeah, this was like peak quarantine.
Quinn will tweet it out the video. Brady, sorry, go ahead. Marcus Sasser didn't play well. I know you're saying.
I don't remember what I was saying.
I'm sure it was a great point. Sorry for interrupting.
Probably.
Only thing on this game, I now hate Houston because I guess we're in a logo off between Kentucky and Houston. As Dave pointed out, looks a lot like ours. And you know, Brady says they had it first. We wear
facts.
We wore it better, as they say.
Houston had it in the 60s.
Yeah, well, this is the 60s. They were doing like LSD and stuff. That doesn't count.
Okay, whatever.
Shout out Bill Walton.
Shout out Bill Walton.
But what I was going to say, it seems like when the home team, like Houston's the number 1 team in the country, they haven't played as the number 1 team in the country at home. What? Since when? Ever?
This is the first time they're ranked number 1 since they lost to Alabama, by the way. How crazy is that?
And to have that place as fired up as it was, and to get out
Saturday, national
to
TV.
be up, what were they? They're up 17, right?
They get that high, 17.
think so.
Yeah, they're in control of the game.
But once Alabama starts to make that run, you can feel how nervous the crowd gets. And it's like every missed shot becomes like 2 missed shots. Every offensive rebound Bama gets feels like 5 offensive rebounds. And then you just get tight.
Well, can you
Because
blame
the place is like, oh my God, we're gonna
Well, can you blame the fans for being nervous in these situations? They had to watch James.
No.
They had to watch James Harden choke in the playoffs for almost a decade. So
That
they're
is true. They
so
are scarred.
They are scarred. They had to watch Davis Mills try and sling first downs on Sunday. You know, it's just a kind of jaded fan base.
But they do have the Astros.
They do have the. Thank the Lord for the Astros. They have the Rockets too, aren't very good. But
It just felt like in the moment with the crowd, it felt like Alabama fed off
It
that more than Houston did.
Yeah, that's-
Houston looked tight down the stretch.
so I watched the game. I thought it was more about Alabama than it was Houston. But it seems like you think this game is more about Houston than Alabama, maybe.
I don't know if I'll necessarily say that because it should be about Bama.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Houston played bad.
That's what I was thinking. I just Bama outwilled them.
There was just some things that you circled.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because we're talking about Houston as an Elite Eight Final Four national
Yes.
championship type team. I'm not saying they're like, oh no, they're going to be on the first round.
Mm-hmm.
This is just something you circled when you may be in an Elite Eight game.
Houston, we may have a problem.
We might.
There you go. There's a little tag for you.
We might, Nicholas. They still sit at second in Kimpon.
And they're at Virginia next week, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we thumbed the camera. Yeah, good win tide, and
Yeah, I
yeah,
went to Alabama up to 10th in Kimpon.
ooh, shout out Kim Pomeroy. Yeah, they're good.
Kentucky is 6th.
Woo!
Where are the Gators out there?
I'll just say them. Shout out for the win over Yale. It wasn't pretty. It never is with this team for some reason, but good win.
55th.
Got UCLA this Saturday. I'm excited for it.
Since they're at 68.
Top 50.
So close to 69. Good to see it.
No, we're 55th.
Brady, other action on Saturday. A little nooner. Penn State went into Champaign and beat the crap. How about our Nittany Lions?
We are!
Did you see Brad Underwood?
Yeah, oh, I didn't know what you're doing at first. That was hysterical. For people who didn't see, so Terrence Shannon, Illinois, maybe their best player.
TJ.
Yeah, he came out as TJ.
That's breaking news to Nicky Mill. So TJ Shannon, Teach as they call him, as I call him.
T-Chan.
They asked Underwood about his leadership, and all he simply responded was that fart noise. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. That was hilarious.
They're going to come off beating Texas in the Garden. And then to go lay an egg like that, Nicholas?
I mean, dude, they got that second half was never close. They got their butts kicked.
Maybe, should we start paying attention to Penn State?
Hey, who said in the preview show to watch out for him? Your boy, Nicholas Brian Mills. So take that, Mr. Schlegel, who said I shouldn't be believing in them. Not our Quinn's dad.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And Penn State fan Dave's next to me. Dave, anything you want to say? Well put.
No, Penn State's fun to watch, man. They just chuck threes.
Mhm.
It's fucking awesome.
They sit at 30-30.
Bro, Pickett's nice, man. He's a real deal.
Hey, when was the last Big Ten team we saw just fucking chuck it like this?
They're fun.
Iowa. Oh, good point.
Purdue. Maryland.
I told Brady if they can make it in, they got to get in the tournament. That's the goal.
Big if.
I mean, they sit at 30-30 in Ken Palm right now. This is a
Shrewsbury's
team that
nice.
can't make the NCAA tournament.
They do. They definitely can. And Illinois should be 0-2 in the conference now, just like that.
Yeah, they're fine.
They sit at
Welcome to the
19 in
coach.
Ken Palm.
He's awesome.
I don't know. They got to get right. I mean,
Jay, you say they're fine. Why do you say they're fine? What have you seen out of Illinois?
I'm saying it in terms of
What have you seen out of Illinois?
in the Big Ten, they're fine. Starting 0-2, I don't think is that scary. They're probably going to still finish top 6, top 7 in the Big Ten.
they don't have Copper
I
anymore.
think they
though.
could be as high as 3 or 4, and but as probably low as 6 or 7.
I hope they finish top 7.
Yeah, I mean that would be the goal. I think for them at this stage. And
Oh,
be
with the
0.
goal not be winning the Big Ten.
I think they know they're not that good.
Oh, they got it.
But some teams just
They are that good.
Stackhouse isn't saying let's go win the SEC.
I hope not. He should be hoping. I hope we play
That's
on
a
Wednesday
little
this year.
different than Illinois. They have expectations.
No, agree. Yeah, as internally, their goal is to win the Big Ten.
You know who's
Where
going?
where I personally understand is that they're not scaring me to go win the Big Ten, but I don't think they're going to fall off the edge and kind of disappear just because of to start the Big Ten.
You know whose goal it is to win the Big Ten? Robert Schlegel Peru Boilermakers.
Number one in the country, baby.
Beat Nebraska ball.
Fletcher Lawyer, 22 points.
No,
Boiler up. Boiler up.
Number one in the country for the second straight year. Or I guess being ranked number one for the second
who
straight
you guys got next?
Definitely taking the other team.
Is it a road game?
Davidson, Nebraska, Davidson. Saturday at Bankers.
What's the next game after that? What's the next Big Ten game? Is it a road game?
I don't have my.
I'll find out.
I don't know.
Because I don't. It's kind of like the Rutgers game last year.
I'm
I don't
taking it game by
necessarily
game.
think this win for Purdue is like everything. But I think it was something.
I think it showed like they're a young team still. That was a good gritty win.
Tough place to play.
Tough.
Williams was getting a lift in this summer, pumped some iron, and had a Colts hat.
Little Colts hat on. So shout out Buzz. Come on the pod. We'll talk some Colts.
I would
sometime.
love to have Buzz.
Oh, I love that Buzz.
Jake, you would not be sitting in the middle right now. This would be Buzz Williams.
I would sit outside in the cold to have like I did for the Colts for the
I think-
Bills playoff game.
Yes, you did.
Shout out
You
Jake.
almost led us back to victory.
I was freezing my fucking ass off.
Buzz Williams, and I believe 2017 or 18, he was the coach at Tech when they played at Louisville in the Young Center. Actually had to change his apparel because he was sweating so much. He came out in the second half in a came out in the second half in an orange T-shirt. This game was full suit. Came out in the second half just an orange shirt on.
Him and Sean Miller, they must have some weird disorder or something. How much they sweat.
I think Buzz Williams is just into the game.
Yeah, Sean. I
Pretty
think
sure
Sean.
Sean Miller got into some illegal gambling scheme. He's constantly
Just hoping no one's coming for his
Or
kneecaps at all
maybe,
times.
or maybe FBI was up his ass for 4 straight years.
Not to mention Jake does sweat a lot too. So I bet
Me?
is there someone coming after you?
Is the FBI on you?
I'm actually not going to say your name.
My lawyer advised me from answering that question. But yeah, speaking of FBI, good win, Kansas. That was a butt kicking.
I mean, they don't have a big that they have to
No.
McCullers.
I guess speaking of Kansas, I'm officially going to Kentucky, Kansas next month. Next month. So I'm excited for that.
Where's that at?
At Rupp.
I thought it was at Allen Fieldhouse.
Is that Rupp? Yeah, it is.
Nick has confirmed with sources this game is at Rupp.
Mhm.
Just texting Cal. Cal texts back with the thumbs up emoji.
And a middle finger emoji for some reason. I don't know. He says, "Quit talking shit about me in your podcast," which is probably fair. Shout out, John.
I don't think I ever heard someone refer to it as just straight.
I mean,
John.
we have simply had nothing but have this man back.
We are Cal's guys.
We are.
I just would like to run a modern
Shout
offense.
out to Tyson Tate.
I'm just saying we haven't looked good so far.
We good. I like it, Brady.
I mean, you know I don't really mean it. But I am watching from, I am interested in this Kentucky basketball season.
I'm doing this
Because when are expectations going to move to next year is what I'm thinking.
What? When are we mean? When our We're gonna give up on his team there.
When am I gonna start seeing the tweets from KSR and talking about we get DJ Wagner in here next year, we get Bradshaw in here, Dillingham. I've had enough of CJ Frederick. Get him out of my face.
Gosh, dude, he basically got benched on Saturday. He is just not doing anything for them.
Nick, did we talk about this? Do you think Tom Izzo realized CJ Frederick was at his until he started looking through the scouting report and said, "Wait a second.
He probably told his assistant coach, "No, that also that's not CJ Frederick." And
Who
he's like,
fucked up the scouting
Who
report?"
the fuck put CJ Frederick on the scouting report? Have you seen his face? No way, this is CJ Frederick.
I mean, he coached against him at Iowa. He had to know that. Why didn't he tell his friend Cal?
He messed up. Maybe he lied to Cal. Maybe he gave him some bad friendly advice is going on. But yeah, I mean, I still believe this Kentucky team. I'm not gonna fall into your trap. We'll be in the next year.
I'm just
They
saying.
are weird. They're missing some weird juice to them. They just play like little
They
stars.
do.
They're missing juice. I don't know what it is.
It's the logo. It's the logo on the court that they.
Is it the jersey change?
I actually like it.
I do too.
I love the jerseys.
I do like the new uniforms, but
No.
maybe that's it.
The one thing they need to do is get rid of that stupid thing on the court. Not even the logo, the things for like the 3-point line. What do you want to call them? Like the banners, the rectangle things on the court.
That say like Rupperina.
Yeah, those things.
Like I'm fine when it just said Rupperina.
Yeah.
Now they have the huge blue outline.
And they're all centered from each other, which just annoys the hell out of me. I've like not
What are
OCD
we
at all.
doing with
What are
our
we-
basketball courts in college right now? Have you seen the barn?
No, I know. I had to
Tell me
get on last night.
what they do to the barn.
Did I not notice something?
So bad.
Don't fix what's not broken. Noblesville, Minnesota.
The barn has just
Everyone.
what is it, like it's like
Oh.
Cambria Arena.
Oh.
Two big ads on the floor. Cambria Arena. Remember when the barn had McDonald's up and down the
Mhm.
steps?
It was great. Remember when Heinz Field in Pittsburgh? Now some stupid
Well, it
thing.
still is does.
Yeah, it's still Heinz Field. I didn't want to shout. Speaking of Minnesota, Mississippi State won there last night. And
Yes, they did.
They're undefeated.
Nicholas, the boys in Mississippi State are playing some nice basketball.
Those boys in Mississippi looking good. I always like Mississippi State's good at basketball. I just think that those Rick Stansbury, Jarvis Bernardo team,
Always think of the
D
hump.
Boss, it was just I love.
I
those
like to
teams.
see the hump fired up.
Same, I do too. So shout out to them. Chris James, is that their coach?
I believe. Jans.
Jans, something like that. We'll get Jake on that.
We will get Jake on that.
That's a-
Nicholas, speaking of things that used to be good, Arizona beat Indiana in Vegas.
Hey, Arizona, damn good.
Hey, shout out Josh Donham.
Shout out.
Yes, our boy Donham was on TV on Fox Sports. We caught it in the moment.
He-
Actually, Dave caught it in the moment. I couldn't believe it. We were looking at our boy Donham. He was locked in.
He was trying to lead the comeback.
No, he was locked in. He looked like he was trying to get down to the court
He
to
was.
draw up a play for Woodson at one point. He had had enough of the Arizona Wildcats, it sounded like, from the group text we were in on Saturday night, Nick. Arizona, can we just say one thing? Omar Bala,
That's the first note I wrote down.
Intabellis, Boley,
Goalie, dude.
Jackson Davis.
Trace Jackson Davis, like to be like Big Ten preseason player of the year and all that. You can't just be like
A national, preseason national player of the year.
you cannot just go out there like the fact he was just it was a negative. They took it to they bullied him like you said. It was very concerning to see from TJD.
I mean, we cannot let the narrative, I hate using narrative, I'm going to cut that. We cannot let it be forgotten that this man was, by some, preseason national player of the year. Which we were all over at
We
all
were.
times, Nick. We did not believe he was a national player of the year.
Is
We
it?
believe he's a good college basketball player.
Yeah, he can't lead you because of games like this. If there's a guy over 7 foot, he cannot help you win the basketball game, and that's a very concerning for someone who's supposed to be your star player.
All that being said, Nicholas, they did not have Jalen Hood-Shafino
They
in
did
this
not.
game. And I do think that does affect IU's ceiling this year.
Completely, he might be the most
I think
important player.
He's
maybe?
their best player.
Oh, yeah, I think he's their best prospect for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also want to shout Arizona. So I don't think about this. They lost Matherin, Dalen Terry, and Christian Colotto, right?
Yes.
They lost a lot. They just are still just going, dude. They're a wagon, Arizona.
Kerr, baby.
Kirk. They had four of the starters scored 14 points or more as well.
Wow.
We call that balanced
The
scoring.
fact that they're playing 2 7-footers and just battering teams,
Yeah.
it's impressive.
And it's so funny to me that Utah beat them. Shout out the Utes. Big win. But I'll walk away from the Bama game thinking more of Bama. I think this game said a lot about Arizona. They're just They're one of the 5 best teams in college basketball to me. They're just so good, and they can beat you in so many different ways.
Nicholas, they are 4th in tempo. They play fast, bro. They are going to score on you, and that's what I was kind of worried about a little bit with IU. Is can they go punch for punch? Because let's be honest, let's be frank.
Okay.
There's not many teams that are gonna play Arizona this year that are gonna say, all right, we'll hold them under 70.
Right. Especially in the Pac-12.
Like we'll hold them under 70. We'll be good.
Oh man.
And I don't know if I thought that, then
The scouting report was not done correctly.
I don't.
and that's really neat. Put your feet.
Yeah. And they showed some fight in this game. Like they didn't give up. Another cop, Jake's boy, hit 4 or 5 threes. He was split fly. Race Thompson was knocking down 3 balls.
Hold on, before you get there, hold on.
Race Thompson hit some big threes in that
He
game.
did.
3 for 4 first half, I believe. But
Good enough for me.
Brady, I ripped Cobb in the first half because he's awful. And Dr. Bell ripped my head off.
Yeah.
And
He was not happy.
oh, did you not watch the last game? I'm like, no, but I've watched him for 5 years now. Like, he's not good.
Well, I think he.
Were you cutting up the film in that Northwestern?
No, but fuck you. But Doc Bell ripped my head off, and then after that, then he missed what 3 straight threes in that one possession.
Uh-huh.
And that,
He
I
was
said
on-
it right before that, and then so he missed, and so the joke became, "Take that, Jake," and he caught.
Shout Connor Milter's joke. He called Nora Cop the Explorer because you're at Noblesville. The cops, the kid cops are called Explorers. And his name's Miller Cop.
All right,
Shout
C Mills, good for you on that.
out C Mills. But yeah,
You said something I want to touch on. You think they're one of the 5 best teams in college basketball?
yes. I fell in love with the Arizona team.
I could talk about IU.
Yeah, Arizona's that good. And the Pac-12, I don't know who's really going to compete with them, dude. What do you think, Brady?
I'd say it's just UCLA.
I worry. The only thing I worry about
Zaga?
is their defense.
Their shot, like on the Utah game, their shots just aren't. They can give up 85 points.
It seems like they are a team that can be beatable.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like you said, I mean, they are 8-1. Their offense is one of the best in the country. Can win any single night.
Got some one Maui already. Beat IU
Maui bump.
on
Shout
a
out
neutral
Tyson.
site. And it seemed like there's more IU fans there than Arizona. I don't know what you guys thought. Listen to TV.
It sounded like. I mean, we all know the IU fans are going to travel.
that red wave that travels well, Brady, as they say.
You know, it was a great weekend just to go to Vegas.
Oh, if you're ever finding an excuse to go
Saw
to Vegas,
a
you take it.
handful of friends on the Snap Story stuff that were out there at the game. So
Netflix.
good for them.
Yeah, shout Rindler, shout Donna, shout.
Was Riddler there?
I think so.
Riddle was there?
I think so.
How would Nick know that? None of us
I
did.
know.
Yeah,
Were you texting Riddler?
I think he posted on his Instagram story. Should I randomly text Rindler right now?
Please do.
See the answers.
Put him on live call.
No, Billy was out there. Colmeyer was out
I
there.
saw Billy was out there. Nick, Pella Larson for Arizona too is nice.
Josh Riddle.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
text
just
him.
text him.
You had the IU game Saturday, Nick.
Should I even put Nick? Just put, were you at the IU game on Saturday?
This is Coach Woodson.
Bro, get a jersey ready. I'm gonna start using it.
It's Coach Woodson.
Josh, if you made it this far in this podcast, we appreciate you, brother.
Nick, here's how you word it. Hey, Joshua, it's Coach Woodson. Just wanted to confirm whether you were at the game in Vegas last week. We want to show appreciation to all of our fans. Can you please confirm or deny this information?
Nick, Tennessee,
Go to
Arizona Saturday night.
Arizona by 40. Easy
So
game.
you would take them over UConn, Houston, Texas,
Man,
Kentucky.
Arizona UConn would be a fucking dog.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, at this point in time, sure.
Okay.
They're the best team in the country. How about that?
Oh,
Arizona.
Arizona, best team in the country.
Yeah. You know what? They're not losing a game the rest of the year.
Wow. Okay. I can't wait.
Where is that on our
Coach
bullshit
by
meter?
Arizona and the Cowboys, baby. Think West.
Nicholas Creighton is now 6-4 after losing.
We're so right on them.
After losing
Dusty.
in Vegas to BYU. Can anybody here name a BYU basketball player?
Waterman. That name cracked me up.
Connor
His name-
Waterman?
his name was
Can't remember
Waterman.
The only name I knew was the Trey Ori kid.
Mark Pope, head basketball coach.
He is the head basketball coach. Creighton should not be losing this game to BYU.
No,
BYU is 5-5 coming in. Creighton is the preseason Big East favorite, Nicholas. who I think I'm more in on him now.
I don't know.
Did
Maybe
they hit the valley? Like they
Yeah, I
hit the-
do.
Yeah, I do too. I see them turn this around really quick here coming into the new year.
the one positive from this game, Christian Kaluma fouled out. He only played 26 minutes and
Oh.
scored 27 points
Yeah.
in 26
He,
minutes.
he literally went back in with 4 fouls and on the very first play.
Immediately fouls out.
Boop.
How funny was BYU's press breaking offense at the end? They kept turning the bait.
They
were
did
begging
fall
to-
asleep. I did fall asleep during this game, Nick. I'm glad you did have some eyes on it to give us the breakdown.
Was that like right after I left, Nick?
Yeah, I was stumbling trying to figure out what was going on. I looked at BYU's offense trying to watch it, but
Did they sub you in?
maybe they did something. That's what it looked
Like
like.
when Conley subbed me in at the field house.
Second,
Shout out Conley.
Our second Conley named up.
Twix bars at the time. Sub me in.
Are you a left Twix or right Twix guy?
What?
Honestly,
have you
yeah.
watched commercials?
Honestly, I like you both.
Yeah, you pull the wrapper down and you bite into both of them.
Oh,
Cut that video.
The smirk on your face was the best part. I hope our audience can see that.
You ever had the white Twix, Nick?
No,
Cookies and cream one too? Twix for that.
no paid ads. Or no free ads. I'm sorry.
Jake's like, can we start sponsoring Twix? That'd be sick.
Nicholas Creighton still sits at 27th and Kim Pond at 6th.
Like again, they're still going to be a top 25 team this year. I think they just need to chillax on expectations. And again, they've lost 4 in a row, but
They
that's
do need to chillax.
they do. They'll bounce back, but this was not a good loss. Especially after losing Nebraska, not good at all.
Not good for Greg McDermott.
Not good at all.
Is this just like Creighton though?
Don't say the P word, Greg.
Do they just struggle with expectations?
I'm trying to think. Have they ever had expectations?
Doug.
Yeah, Doug. Yeah,
Yeah, but this team was more hyped up than Doug.
yeah.
it was
Doug
Doug
hyped
too.
up.
them, not to us.
Very true. Because Nick
Grant
Brady.
Gibbs forever.
Hey, we've been riding Creighton and UNC so far. Look at us.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Nicholas, Tennessee did hand Maryland their second loss of the week. Maryland lost at the Kohl Center earlier in the week. No shame there. And that it was a neutral site game to Tennessee. This was a sloppy basketball game, but both these teams can run.
Yeah, this was a rock fight. Maryland scrapped and clawed to get to 17 points in the first half. They did everything in their power to get to 17 points. But
Missed so many shots.
so many shots. Ziegler for Tennessee came off the bench this game. I'm not sure if that's something
He's
that
been
just
coming off the bench.
Yeah, I did not realize that.
They love watching him play.
So do I, unfortunately. Yeah, this was a good game. It's NFL Sundays. I'm sure not many people saw it, but it was a good win for Tennessee.
Is Tennessee the Minnesota Vikings of college basketball?
Yes, I'm in for that take. Yes. They're
You want to ride that?
frauds, yes. I
Oh!
Frauds, fraudulent.
Remember, this can and will be used against you this year.
By the way, you always make jokes about me being Alabama and Georgia Nick. How about Tennessee Brady over? Bet on the Titans and the Vols on Sunday. Explain yourself.
I've always been a Rick Barnes guy. I don't know if I can explain myself there. I like Rick Barnes. I like Tennessee basketball, but they do remind me of the Minnesota Vikings.
I agree.
I mean, they are on the tier second weekend or else.
I mean, Rick Bond, that's been like his whole career. It's this
That's what I'm
he
saying.
gets his
Yeah.
second weekend.
I mean, this team is the best defensive team in college basketball.
Wow. I was just thinking about that. I would not thought about that. I'm sure this game definitely helped that a lot.
They
That a lot.
Vescovi can guard. Ziegler
Oh,
can guard.
fuck with Scobie.
They're huge. They rebound. They're gonna muck it up 24/7. They can lose any single game they play,
Mhm.
folks.
They'll lose to
But
something.
they are going to guard your ass. Oh,
Tennessee basketball, you know, Robson does like the little like
Yeah.
words. Tennessee basketball will guard your asshole.
they will guard your asshole.
And yeah, so shout them. I got enough to they'll guard your asshole, Paul.
Jameer Young from
Oh.
Maryland. Jameer Young from Maryland was 1 of 7 from the 3-point line, Nick, and still got to 18 points. He's a legit scorer.
Yeah, he is. I like it's a Scott from Maryland. I always like Dontate Scott.
Mhm.
I always liked him. I like Maryland still. Tough week, but they'll be fine.
They have the 30th ranked adjusted offense on Kim, which is stunning.
Wow, I had them as 38th in my number clutch. So
I didn't like his road splits against lefties. in the
I agree.
AL East.
Mhm. I got nothing else on the college basketball, Brady.
I do think Willard's getting a lot out of this team, though.
He is. They're good. His first year there, he'll get them rolling. I like Willard a lot. Shout out SVP.
Shout out SVP. Texas may have a job opening.
The also funny thing about the whole thing is fans immediately talk about like, oh, come to my team. It's like that's no sports fan ever. Like immediately when something like this happens, like hell yeah, my collegiate team can maybe get Chris Beard now.
So he's going to have the staff of Chris Beard and Greg Marshall.
Greg Marshall, God, hey, you were right on him too.
Someone's going to hire him.
Oh, so I'm sorry, no one had. I mean, it did kind of fall off a little bit at the end, didn't it? At Wichita,
It did.
That was-
The players were playing like, fuck this. We're not even making a tournament.
And God, talk about a program that's just irrelevant now. Wichita State shocked the world.
They did lose to Missouri.
They did lose to Missouri. I got enough else college basketball. You got anything else, Brady?
I don't. I'm looking forward to watching Memphis Bama.
Mm-hmm.
We got Creighton tonight at Arizona State.
Ooh.
At 9 o'clock. Looking forward to tuning in on that. Dave, hopefully, will stay up with me and watch college basketball.
Dave, thumbs up and thumbs down. I don't use Dave. Get the thumbs up from Fade Dave.
Work from home again tomorrow, Dave.
I'll cut that.
He's locked in.
I'll cut that.
He's like leaning forward on this couch over there.
I know you wanted to touch on.
I want
on
to talk.
soccer.
I want to talk some World Cup people, just because Friday was a tough day for soccer's boring crowd. Which shout me, I'm one of those people. The Friday quarterfinals were electric between who was it? It was Brazil, Croatia, and Netherlands, Argentina. By the way, the Dutch oven is officially dead. They came all the way back to just losing PKs.
Argentina and Netherlands hate each other.
Is they really?
They do
Fall.
now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. The guy kicked the ball at the sidelines. I've never seen
It
that.
was like watching the Sunday Night Baseball. Bitch is crazy.
Bro, this soccer's legit. That was fun. Friday was awesome.
Friday was an unbelievable day at the World Cup. I did nothing all day, but
We did nothing all day.
yeah, me and Jake did nothing all day. All we did was the doctor wrote us a prescription for some vitamins, and we indulged in vitamins all day. We watched soccer all day.
Yeah, for people who didn't see, so Argentina was up 2-0 on Netherlands. They scored an 83rd minute and make it 2-1. And in the last minute extra time, I know nothing about soccer. That play was sick. That like setup they did to score the goal. So and it was again, I was so excited. Netherlands made a ferocious comeback, and then all that just was PKs. And that's why do they do PKs in a World Cup? They should make like hockey, like play as many overtimes till someone scores.
Well, is it? Me and Jake were wondering, is it not first to score wins in extra time?
That's another. It should be golden goal. No,
and then if no one scores, you go to PK.
Yeah, no, but it's still tied no matter what. So it's not golden goal.
Well, I know it's not. I'm saying it should be.
I agree that it should be sudden death and play as many overtimes as possible.
Did Birmingham get their hands on the World Cup?
Birmingham and FIFA would be a scary combination.
What about Big Tech? Big conference.
Where do you think Big Ten learned it?
Good old FIFA. And then the other game, Brazil they lose to Croatia. They're up 1-0. Neymar scores. I don't know, it was even like 106th minute or something like that. And then they immediately let Croatia score.
Croatia, are they the team of destiny?
Dude, they will not die. They do not die. They went to PKs in Japan.
They were good in the last World Cup.
Yeah, they made it to the final last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Croatia. I think that's. I guess actually this would be today. Croatia versus.
Are they kind of the Michigan State of the World Cup affairs?
Ooh, that'd be a great question, Robbie. Can you compare each team to like the college program?
We do need to get him on one more time as we get to the World Cup and do the World Cup episode.
We might want to call him in.
Well, the World Cup will be over as of what, Friday?
Yes, so Tuesday, Wednesday. It's probably like Sunday. My guess is the final.
Anyway.
I love they do the third place game. By the way, that cracks me up.
Oh, yeah.
How about my dark horse team?
Morocco.
Let's go.
Yeah, the first African nation to make the Final Four. So shout to Morocco. Ronaldo chokes again. People.
So funny.
So funny.
Their goalie is so unbelievably good, Morocco's.
Yeah, has anyone?
They have a chance against
Someone. Is this true that no one has scored on them in this World Cup?
I don't know about that.
Talk us through it.
That'd be great, though.
And by the way, France, England, that happened too. Harry Kane with the ultimate choke job in that one. Had to for people to see England was now 2-1. He had a PK at the 83rd minute and just basically went NFL kicker on it.
They did give up a goal to Canada.
Oh, that doesn't count.
That's it.
Doesn't. Our stupid brothers from the north. By the way, they were awful. But
How's my team? Qatar doing?
I think that'd be our team.
Let's go, Mills.
They did not record a point.
Hey,
So
In
we're
France, we were for back-to-back, right?
We're a good
Yeah.
host, Dave. We hosted well.
yes, you did.
No, you didn't. You actually hosted the worst ever. It was terrible.
Here we go, DBs.
So yeah, I'm excited.
You killed thousands of people.
I would say to finish off World Cup predictions, everyone.
Yes, they are 4-8.
I'll go.
It feels like we're gonna get a messy
That's what I
Mbappe
think.
final.
I'll go Argentina over Morocco. How about
Oh,
that?
so you're taking Morocco over Mbappe and France? France just seems like the machine right now.
Well,
Juggernaut.
they actually apparently have a ton of injuries, and they're still just rolling.
Yes, they're missing their best player, Benzema. They don't even have their best player.
Is Mbappe not the best player?
Well, him and Benzema
No, it's
are.
Mbappe. If I know Mbappe, he's your best player.
But Benzema is also like a jug. Like he's just as good as. I'm not going to say Ronaldo or Messi.
You're right. I'll go Argentina.
Is he as good as Pulisic?
Benzema, he's better.
I don't know.
I'm not a real American.
I got
He's
a
better.
schedule for you, Nick.
Okay.
You don't support the United States.
I do support the United States of America. Damn it!
Okay, it just came off as you.
Hey,
did not.
every time the United States played, I stood up and sang the national anthem out loud.
Every time the Wales
I knew their national anthem.
played,
Uh-oh.
I was tuned into the Wales national anthem. What happened?
Kyler just hurt himself.
Yeah, it looks like you're about to get Colt McCoy time. And
Awesome, that's
You know, like
fantastic.
literally, he was scrambling. He went instead of sliding, he just like dove forward, and I think he hurt himself.
Great podcast.
I better take this is great radio.
I like those cleats.
Looks cute.
Oh no, that's not good.
Oh, so he hurt it. That's why he went down.
Yeah, he planted right there.
Yeah.
It's the worst when they're not touched.
That might have been Achilles. But
World Cup predictions.
no, I'll just give you the schedule real quick. So by the time you're listening to this, it'll be today at 2:00. You have the semifinal Argentina versus Croatia. Tomorrow, Wednesday at 2:00, you got France Morocco. Third place is Saturday at 10 a.m. and the final is Sunday at 10 a.m.
Okay, I said Sunday. Oh, so before Red Zone, we get the World Cup final.
You get World Cup.
Yeah.
World Cup lunch, Red Zone. That is your Sunday right there.
Guess I'm not going to church on Sunday. Sorry, Lord. Brady, World Cup predictions?
I said I got France, Argentina.
France,
I'll go France because Argentina gets too caught up in flopping.
Okay. Brazil Argentina semifinal would be awesome. That rivalry.
Would have been nasty, dude. That would have been
Damn it, Croatia.
Someone would have been hurt.
What are you gonna do?
Violence!
I got Croatia finally going down. I got Argentina versus France in the final, and Argentina gets it done.
Okay.
Messi with the World Cup. Shout out Alec Piggott.
Shout out Pickett legitly. He'll legitly cry.
Will he cream?
He will cream and cry. He'll do the double C. The cream cry. I've cried a couple times after cream.
Hey,
Remember
Do
some
that plus not clarity is real, man.
somebody's winning $75 million worth of beer.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, if Morocco can get $75 million, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, just get a bunch of
Dude, that
Moroccans
place is
hammered.
gonna be.
Whoever wins, we have to go to that country.
I really hope like Croatia does win and they lower the drinking age.
Well, they
Just to
we should
consume
send
it all.
Zach Taylor to Qatar.
Clean up crew.
Yeah, he should be on the fucking cleanup crew, not the head coach of Joey Burrow.
There's our episode title. Send Zach Taylor to Qatar.
Yeah, you avoided prison, but not Qatar.
I think I'd rather be in prison.
Yeah, I just want to bring a World Cup. Friday was awesome. Saturday was still fun, and I'm excited to see how the rest. This fight I wanted to do every 2 years. The 4 years is magical.
I
baby.
wanted to bring that up. I couldn't find anything official.
Yeah, did we get duped? Are we that stupid?
I looked it up on Friday. I cannot find anything official. It seems like the next World Cup is taking place in 2026.
So maybe like starting after 2026 then?
I don't know. I'm working to confirm with all my sources.
Hashtag Fade Robbie.
Hashtag Fade Robbie, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Was he spreading misinformation on this program?
No, we don't spread misinformation on this program. Not on my watch. No.